1976 and 1977.
Okay.
There was an opportunity for me to put some music into South Carolina Avenue, the boardwalk. It was Dan McCarthy's wife. She owned that property down there next to Irene's on the boardwalk.
And what was the name of the club?
It was called The Last Resort.
Oh, The Last Resort.
Yeah,
Okay.
we called it The Last Resort.
And it was The Last Resort. Well,
Yeah.
so what was the purpose of the club? Like,
Well, everyone at that time, the showrooms were starting to get busy, and name acts were coming into town. There were a lot of musicians who were coming into Atlantic City looking for work.
right.
Hadn't really totally taken off yet, but a lot of the bands were forming. Cy Zentner came into town, Mike Pedersen was in town. There was a number of good band leaders that were putting units together for the upcoming, headliners.
So this was like a hang for musicians, basically.
It was definitely, it became the hang for musicians to hook up,
Okay.
find out, hey, they got 3 trumpets, they need 4. Do you want to try out for that band? So people would go. That's how it started.
That's very cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
and we had an open door policy. Anybody that wanted to come and sit in, could come and sit in. Three tune maximum, and then
Okay.
somebody
That's a
else
good role. It's always a good role.
someone else would have to come up, and it was a great. It really was a breeding ground for the musicians that came into town to find out who was hiring,
Cool.
where they could stay, who had an extra room in a house, whatever it was.
And George was the primary keyboard player on the gig, and
George was the primary keyboard player.
what an incredible talent. And I knew George a little bit, but never got to work with him. And how lucky is that for
He was a wonder kind.
Yeah.
Musically, as far as chords, structure, music, writing originals, fitting things together. He was really brilliant. The other person who was equally brilliant was Mick Rossi,
And he was
keyboard player,
okay.
and Mark Graham on drums, and Ben Herman on upright bass.
And that was the band
That was the nucleus of the band at The Last Resort.
So let's do this. This is about Bob Ferguson. So I want to talk about you. Let's kind of back up a little bit. And you met George in high school, right?
George and I went
Well,
to high school.
Before
together.
high school, you started trumpet. How old? What?
I started trumpet in 3rd grade.
Okay. Why
And-
trumpet?
Well, this wonder kind of a musician that had retired from teaching at New Rochelle, New York, decided he was going to start a band program in the Linwood school system. It was Mr. Haig, Harry Haig, and he played all the instruments. He was really an amazing musician.
And he demonstrated on the trumpet.
We had an assembly, and they called the whole school came into the assembly. I'll never forget this. And he had all these instruments up on the stage, a piano up there, a set of drums, and he had a trombone, a clarinet, trumpet, and all the different brass instruments. And he went around and played them all. And he told a little story about it. This is a trombone.
Right.
This is from '76 trombone. There's something tied into everything.
And when he played the trumpet, it was all over.
When he picked up the trumpet and started playing, I was like, I gotta play that.
That's great.
That's for me. I'll try that.
That's great.
So we went back to our homerooms that day, and then they brought a form around, and they said, "Look, if you heard an instrument that you really like today, and you want to be part of the band, sign up, put your name and your phone number down, and let the homeroom teacher know what instrument you want to play." So we all filled out the thing. I put down immediately, put that trumpet.
Cool.
So
And you got to play trumpet.
yeah, and then like a week later, then this cart rolls into the room, and all these cases are on the cart.
And there it was.
And there's Mr. Foster, and he's reading the names on it. He goes, "Bobby Ferguson, here's a trumpet." And I went like, I felt like I got launched to the moon.
So that was elementary school.
Yeah.
And I can't do this interview with you without talking a little bit about high school. George went to Mainland.
Yeah.
You went to Mainland. There's so many musicians that were real successful.
Pete Erskine was
Peter Erskine right.
lived around the corner from me, so there were a number of budding.
It was in the water in
musicians.
Linwood, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think so.
But so high school, and you won the John Philip Sousa Award,
I did in my senior year. I did.
and that's a national award given to high school students for high achievement in music, named after, it's a Marine Corps
It is,
award.
yes,
It's-
Marine Band Award. Yeah.
yeah, very cool. Well, congratulations on that. You keep winning awards. You
Well,
got one.
thanks. That's
You got one
that's
here
a long
tonight.
time ago. There's
Yeah.
been a big pause, big gap here between that and this.
Well, that's we're going to fill in some of that gap.
Well,
All right.
that's all good. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
Stop right there. All right.